The Brazilian federal elections are now over. As expected, on the second round of voting on Sunday, October the 20th, 2018, the right-wing populist anti-establishment presidential candidate, Mr. Jair Bolsonaro, defeated his left-wing opponent, Mr. Fernando Haddad, with 55.1% of the vote, or over 57,797,000 votes. So Mr. Haddad received over 47 million. Kultaseni, are you leaving? Okay. Over 47 million and 40,000 votes. During his electoral campaign, Mr. Bolsonaro made statements which were regarded as favoring or admiring the military dictatorship that was in Brazil between 1964 and 1985. As always, or as usually, the Brazilian Congress or federal legislature is, however, fractured into various parties, none of which is even close to receiving a majority. In addition to the president and vice president and the members of the Brazilian Congress, although the entire Brazilian Senate was not elected, but 2/3 of it, if I remember correctly, the state governors and vice governors, state legislative assemblies, and the legislative chamber of the federal district were also elected. In the presidential elections, the winner must receive an absolute majority of the votes, and if no candidate receives such a majority on the first round, 3 weeks later, the two most popular candidates will face each other. Brazil has been in a political crisis since at least 2015, when the Chamber of Deputies accepted impeachment proceedings against then President Ms. Dilma Rousseff. She was suspended temporarily in May 2016 by the Brazilian Federal Senate, which voted then in favor of impeachment in August 2016. Vice President Michel Temer succeeded Rousseff as the 37th president of Brazil. His government implemented policies that contradicted the platform on which Rousseff's Workers' Party had been elected in one of the most controversial and politically heated periods of modern Brazilian history. Interestingly, Brazil allows already 16-year-olds to vote and requires those between 18 and 70 years of age to vote. Those who do not vote in an election and do not later present an acceptable justification must pay a fine of 3.1 Brazilian reals, or 90 US cents as of October 2018. Brazilian citizens residing abroad only vote for president.